Hello everyone. In this video, we are going to take a look at some review of arc lengths and areas of sectors. All right, so if you recall, we have the circle up here, and there's two ways that we measure angles. We measure them in degrees, and we also measure them in radians. Degrees, we already know, 360 degrees in the whole circle, but the radians is in terms of pi. You notice there's pi in every single one of these red radians down here. Well, there are pi radians in a half a circle, so that means there is 2 pi radians in an entire circle. And pi over 2 for 90, 3 pi over 2 for 3/4 of a circle. We need to be very good at going between both of these ways of measuring. And how we switch units is we multiply by a fraction that is equal to 1. Pi and 180 are equal to 1 because they are at the same side over here. They're both halfway around the circle. So that this is equal to 1, so we're not changing the value of the fraction any, and that'll convert our units for us. So down here in this example number 1, we're going from degrees, 26 degrees, into radians. So I want the 26 degrees to cancel out. So I need to put 180 on the bottom. So I'm going to multiply by pi over 180. The degrees cancel out, just leaving me with pi. Okay, so that's also the tall tale sign that you are in radians, is if you see pi, because radians is in terms of pi. Even if you don't see red, you can always tell just by seeing a pi sign. So this second one down here, we're in radians and we want to go 2 degrees. So we want the pi's to cancel out. So I'm going to put the pi down in the bottom. Pi's cancel out, you do the math, and you get 75 degrees. So if you notice, there is a rule of thumb here. Rule of thumb is that whatever unit of measure that you're going into, radians up here, degrees down here, that is on the top part of the fraction. Oops, starting to write. Whatever unit you want to go into is on top of the fraction. All right, so that's how you convert between units. So let's take a look at arc length. All right, so we got arc length down here. Bring that up. All right, so arc length, what it says here, the bigger the central angle, the bigger the arc. Well, the arc length itself, before we get to that, is the length of this right here, the actual length of it. Like if you were standing right here and you had to walk this way, that would be the arc length. And it's in terms of, like feet, centimeters, stuff like that. You wouldn't tell a friend uh, who lives over here and you started right here, oh, your friend lives, 36 degrees around that arc right there. That's arc measure. No, no, no. An arc length would be, oh, he lives a quarter of a mile this way. That's a more reasonable thing that you would say to a person. So that's arc length. And it says the bigger the central angle, theta, the bigger the arc length. Well, that makes sense. The wider this guy gets, just like a door opening, the bigger this arc length is going to be. So when they increase at the same rate, they are proportional to each other. So we create a proportion. So we have S over 2 pi r. Well, S is the arc length, or the part, and the 2 pi r is the equation for circumference, which is all the way around the circle. So we have part over whole. And then the same thing over here on the right side. We have theta, which is the part. And theta is either given in the two ways that we just talked about up above. It's either given to you in degrees, which therefore you would choose 360, which is the whole thing around the circle, around the center point. Or if it's given to you in radians, you would use 2 pi because it takes 2 pi to go all the way around in radians. So these two guys must match each other. So let's do this quickie example right here. So we have S over, and I want 2 times pi times my radius in here, which is 10, is equal to, and my theta in this one is 3 pi over 4. So I'm in radians, so I need to use 2 pi in the bottom down there. All right, so now my best suggestion is to cross multiply. So I have S times 2 pi is equal to, I'm going to do the 2 times pi times 10, which is 20 pi. So I'm going to do that, 20 pi, but then I'm going to leave this over here. I'm going to do this in 2 steps so you can see what's happening. So I got this side over here, which is 20 pi times 3 pi over 4 down here. All right, and now I'm going to do the multiplication. So still S times 2 pi equals to 20 pi times 3 pi over 4. Well, that's just multiplying 20 pi times 3 pi, and the 4 is going to stay down below. So 20 pi times 3 pi, that is 60 pi squared. All right, so now I should get rid of that 4, so I'm going to multiply by 4 on each side, and that gives me S, I don't know what I was doing there. This is S times 8 pi now, equals 60 pi squared. And now I'm going to divide by 8 pi. Okay, so those 8 pi's go away. And then what's happening over here? The pi, this pi down here in the bottom is going to cancel out one of these pi's. So I just cross off the square, leaving me just 1 pi. And then it's 60 over 8. I'm just going to leave that because all I'm going to do is just plug it into my calculator anyway. So up here, I get S by itself is equal to 60 pi over 8. Now it's calculator time. So all you do is do 60 times pi equals, and then immediately just do divide by 8 equals, and you get your answer. I'm just going to do to the nearest tenth, but obviously you would read your directions and follow them. So I get 23.6. 23.6. All right. So that's arc length. Now what you're going to notice about the area of a sector formula is that it looks strangely familiar. Strangely familiar to the arc length that we just did. The only thing that switches is what it says. We replace the left-hand side of the equation so that we talk about area of a circle and a sector instead of the arc length. This time we want the area of this sector here, and then on the bottom, we want the area of the entire circle. So that's why we have A over pi r squared, because pi r squared is obviously the formula for area of a circle. And the same rule applies over here. Theta and the bottom number must match depending on what unit you're in. All right, so I want A over pi. My radius in this one is 8 squared equals, my theta is in degrees this time, 75. So that means I need to use 360 on the bottom. Again, cross multiply, and then we're going to solve. So I have A times 360 is equal to, oh, what is 8 squared? Well, 8 squared is 64. So I want 64 times 75 is 4,800 pi. 4,800. Just make sure you leave the pi in there, and then we'll calculate it out in the end. So just leave the pi for now. All right, and now we divide by 360 on both sides. Those go away. And then we have 4,800 pi over 360. Well, if I just look at this fraction, forget about the pi symbol for now. If I looked at 4,800 over 360 and I reduced that fraction down, I plugged that into my calculator, I would get 40 over 3. 40 over 3. And then I just attach the pi to the top because that would technically be 40 over 3 times pi over 1, which would give me 40 pi over 3. All right, so there's your review for sectors, areas of sectors, and arc lengths. I hope this video helped. Again, use your notes, use this as a supplementary or as a review to your notes, and then you should be good to go for your practices. As always, be safe and be healthy, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.